On this channel, $1 Million Made Easy, we love to run numbers for people. What I want to do on this video is show what is somebody just getting out of college, say they're 22, 23, what they might have, and they have basically 40 to 45 years before they retire. This is what the S&P 500 might do for them, but continues to do what it's been doing for the last 100 years. So we're going to actually say the beginning balance is zero. I just want to show you something. I'm just going to put in just $100 a month. This is going to show you what the value of time can do. Time is almost more valuable than the money you're putting in. Just $100 a month. We're going to increase that by 3% a year. And we're going to look at the inflation rate of 3% a year. And what I want you to notice, if the numbers were like 1923 going forward, if you look in column E, you go down 40 years and 45 years. Look at the numbers we're looking at. After 40 years in the yellow, 1,034,000. After 45 years, say you retire or you get out of college at 22 and you retire at 67, which is the full retirement age with Social Security, you'd have 1.879. Folks, this is contributing just $100 a month. Now that's 1923. I want to also look at what I believe to be the worst 45-year period. Let's see here. Let's see what 1963 is. 1963. If you look over in column H and I have the returns for 35 years later for the 10-year period. And you can see beginning in 1998, it was up 28, 1999 up 21. Then you saw 3 down years. Down 9, down 11, down 22. So in 1963, after 40 years, you were short of $1 million. 45 years is 1.739. But I want you to just go one more year because 2008 was down 37%. I'm again considering the worst case scenarios on this channel. 1964, all of a sudden, because if you look over in column I down at 2008 was down 37%. So that scenario of just $100 a month, increasing it by 3% a year, after 45 years, you'd have $1 million, whereas the year before, 1963, if you didn't have the year 2008, it was $1.7 million. But again, if you look at the end game, if you look at how far you've come with just $100, even with that down 37%, you'd have $1 million. But I also want you to take into account the buying power of that $1 million 45 years from now with a 3% inflation rate would just be $266,000. So what would it take for the buying power to be worth $1 million? And I believe that I ran the numbers. I believe that would be $375 a month. Yes, there we go, $375 a month. After 45 years of contributing $375 a month, increasing that by 3% a year, you'd have, after 45 years, you'd have $3.785 million. These are all approximations, but the buying power would be that $1 million. Again, $375 might be kind of high for somebody first getting out of college. So that's why I wanted to run the $100 one to see it would get you to $1 million, even in the worst case scenario, which was after 2008, after beginning in 1964 numbers for 45 years, you would have I think it was 1 million something. I forgot what it was. Let me go back and do that. Forgive me for having to backtrack here. $100. Okay, $1,000,009, which the buying power would be $266,000. But again, this is just $100 a month. If you went to $375, you'd have $1 million in the buying power after 45 years with a 3% inflation rate. So somewhere between 100 and 375 is where you want to land as you're first starting out. If you can do more than $100 a month, if you can get closer to 375, that would show you. Again, this isn't the worst case scenario, folks. If I pick any other time, let's just pick any other time here. 1952 for the next 45 years, you'd have $2.115 million after 40 years with a buying power of $559,000. Let's actually go down to 1929 because everybody thinks that's such a bad time. Actually, I'm going to do 1923, so it runs through the Depression years. And yet, look at that. 1923 for the next 45 years, you'd have 1.879 with a buying power of almost $500,000. Again, folks, this is just with $100. We saw earlier if you did 375, you'd be In the worst case scenario, the last 100 years, for a 45-year period, you have an amount that the buying power to be over $1 million. Hopefully this makes sense to you. I love running numbers for people. I just want to show them if they can get started when they're young, you can just have amazing results, even starting with as little as $100. Again, our channel is called $1 Million Made Easy. If you want me to run numbers for you, just put it in the comment section. I'll do that. In the meantime, please consider subscribing. I'd like to get this channel built up more than it has. And again, I'll be back to my regular computer where I can run a lot more numbers for you in just a few days. But right now, I wanted to get this out, showing the potential of somebody just getting out of college, maybe age 22, just what $100 a month would do. Please share this with friends. Let them know this channel exists, that I'll run numbers for them, and they can see the potential of what the S&P 500 could do for them. Thanks for watching.